Hi, I'm going to be playing Phantasy Star for the Sega Master System. I was playing it the other day, and it was hard just to really get a foothold in that game, but after playing for maybe about 20 minutes and saving and dying quite frequently, I found it to be quite fun, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and continue with that. Let's see. I'm playing the Lutz hack. I don't know what the difference is. I did try the official or unofficial translation, rather, of the Japanese ROM, which gave English with lower and uppercase letters, and also allowed for the option of FM or PSG sound should you have FM sound available. However, that didn't save neither on the Mega SD nor the Mega EverDrive, so I'm playing a Lutz hack, and I like it. Yeah, I would say if you're starting this game, just grind basically in this area repeatedly, but at this point, I think I'm at level 5. And anyway, level 5, I can handle these guys pretty well. But the real meat and potatoes of the game is once you go into the dungeons. That is really, really cool, the 3D exploration. I was going to grind some first, but you know what, let's go to the aforementioned dungeon. Yeah, I gained another level, which that's good. Let's see what my stats are. Level 7, yeah, that's pretty good. I don't think I have much in the way of items. I might need some more items if I'm going to go into the dungeon. So maybe let's go buy a few items. Yeah, and Alice, once Alice gets to level 3 or 4, she dodges quite frequently. Like, I'd say not quite a quarter of the time, but she does enough to where you'll notice. And that's quite nice, not to be beaten to a bloody pulp every 5 seconds like the beginning 20 minutes of the game are. But once, like I said, you do that, you should fight these guys, these dead trees. They give a good amount of gold. Well, it's not gold, but currency. They give a good amount of pesetas, I believe it's called. So anyway, I believe I bought maybe the mid-range armor from the second town, and I got the mid-range shield from the first town, and I'm doing pretty good on defense at the moment. So let's see that. Little puppy, are you okay? I think my dog barked. Let's go see if it's okay, it's okay. It's okay. You okay? Oh shit, let's go outside. Come on outside, come on outside. Come on. Okay, my poor dog did have to vomit a little bit. I'm not sure what's going on, but he's an old dog, and anyway, in general, his health is good. Anyway, he's back. Let's go get a drink, baby. Get a little drink of water. Good fresh drink. Okay, I think I might need to buy some items if I'm going to explore that cave. Not that the enemies are particularly difficult, but there's a high encounter rate. Alright. This is a drugstore. Would you like some paracetamol? Well, luckily the potions are Ryoginin. I don't know. Someone who grew up in this game can probably correct me, I'm sure. These are cheap, right? And they work pretty good. I think they give about 30 health, maybe 26 health, something like that. I'm going to stock up. I don't want to get out there and then die fighting 10,000 bats. Alright. Okay, let's see, I think I bought enough of those. Probably about 8 or 10. Let's see. Well, like I said, they're cheap, and if you fight those dead tree enemies, they'll give you quite a bit of Meseta, so don't worry about that. Okay, let's check our items. Yeah, so I have a full page, plus 5, yeah, 3. Okay, so I have a full page, plus 6. So I have like 16. Yeah, so about 16 of those, I should be fine. It's probably much more than I need, but like I said, I'm thinking it's not going to go bad. It's not like it has an expiration date, so if you buy too many items, it's not a big deal. Actually, one thing I should mention, if you haven't seen my previous video, there's a place where you can stay for free. I believe it's Alice's friend's house. And it's basically like staying at the inn for free in your typical JRPG. So I'm going to go ahead and do that before we get going. Might as well venture forth with full stats. Yeah, it's right here too, so it's really easy to find. Please rest yourself. You are welcome here anytime. It's nice to have a friend like that. You can just stop by and visit, kick up your feet. Oh yeah, I should save the game too. Don't forget to save your game in this game. Alright, here we go. Oh, a little bit of glare on my television. Let's see, stick my hand in front of it. Yep, ooh. A little bit of glare if you're watching the screen from the window. It's alright. You guys can live with it unless it burns a hole in or burns a few pixels of your flat screen, then you'll be rather irked with me. Man-eater. I think the scariest thing about Man-eater is getting that Hall & Oates song stuck in your head. Those are about two of the dorkiest guys I've ever seen, man. Alright, let's see. Item, searchlight, use. And the good thing about the searchlight in this game, as opposed to Dragon Warrior, aka Dragon Quest, for the original Famicom Nintendo, is that the torches don't give you much light and they go away immediately. The searchlight in this will last the entire duration of your visit to the dungeon, so that's a nice thing. Yeah, the green slimes aren't difficult. There we go. But you will encounter numerous green slimes. Okay, let's see. Let's go this way. Dead end. I believe I want to go this way. Otherwise, I go in a different direction. Yeah, let's see the Famicom or the NES do this without an assistant should. Well, actually, it couldn't do it with any kind of, no matter how, even if somehow you could solder in a Pentium 3 or a Pentium 4 into an NES cartridge or to an NES, I'm sure it'd be nigh but impossible to do 3D visuals. Like, well, it's not 3D, but pseudo 3D. But you could do a 3D perspective to this quality, let's say, on the NES or the Famicom. So I do like those systems. Well, it's the same console essentially. Okay. 4 experience points, which is not much. I suppose if the bats gave more than 4 experience points, you'd be gaining levels at an absurd rate, or an absurdly high rate, I should say. Absurdly fast rate. Man, how's that sound, folks? Alright, here we go. Fester's Quest, eat your heart out. Green slimes, oh yeah, they don't give much gold. Yeah, I'm gonna set the. Ooh, green slime. They're not terribly difficult, but they said the numerous encounters and the fact that typically they do have 2 in a pair, despite only showing 1 visually, there are 2 HP meters. Which is okay, I'm cool with that. But that being said, you're never going to encounter 2 different enemy types in the same battle. So I guess it's a limitation upon what they could do at the time with the hardware, but still, this is a really cool game. I've played Phantasy Star 2 on the Genesis a little bit more, but the dungeons in that are just mazes that make you want to pull your hair out. Like there's no bosses in those dungeons as well, or mazes, or whatever you want to call them. Let's see, will I finally find the Statue Man? Boom, you got swatted like a fly. Actually, Jeff Goldblum would not be swatted so well if he were to, say, to put in a transporter device that would mix his DNA with the DNA of, say, a common housefly. Okay, Pearlmate. Oh, jeez, I don't know what this is. Oh, it's probably for the MP. Then again, it was only 60 in the set, so I'm not gonna. Okay, so it's just a big heal. Okay, okay. So I need to find the cat, because I think I heard in the one town talking to lots of NPCs that man has a cat who had a vial attached to its collar, but ironically the cat's not there to dispense the medicine to his owner, the cure to his owner. I don't know. So, let's explore this dungeon, or rather let's try to traverse our way back to the beginning. Or the entrance, I should say. Yeah, it's a little bit of a distorted perspective when you turn. That's the one fault, is when you turn, it always looks like there's an opening behind you. So it's a little bit disorienting at first, but once you kind of realize that no, that's not a new entrance, it's just how it is when you turn. Your perspective, your angle. That's fine. Let's see if I can get out of here. Should I talk to it? Maybe I could reason with it. Like if I was Spock, I could do a Vulcan mind meld with the green slime. Achieve some sort of a sublime coexistence, you know. you guys will notice that all text is in uppercase. It would really be nice if I could play that fan translation that does feature upper and lowercase text, and it's much cleaner. It's a new translation, but regardless, as stated at the beginning of this video, for whatever reason, that will not save on the Mega SD nor the Mega EverDrive, which I have both, and it's like, it's kind of a bummer. But regardless, still a fun game. But GR Slime may disagree. Maybe it's supposed to be Senior Slime, but they put a G instead of an S. It's supposed to be Senior Slime. I am Senior Slime. You have traversed my dungeon without permission. Prepare to die. I think if I go left and then right, I should get out of here. The good thing is that these dungeons really aren't too complicated. Like, I never really do too great in 3D games. Like Doom, it's not really too bad considering the whole puzzle aspect of the whole thing. But in general, yeah, most like 3D games like Fester's Quest, like those 3D building parts, I do horribly. But I think I can get my way out of here. Perhaps. Or if I just go in circles long enough, I'll eventually take a right turn. Or left turn. I am Senior Slime. You have defeated me. You may open my treasure chest. The spoils of victory are yours. Oh, wow, you really did tell me that one. Okay, this is the dead end. That's the wing eye. He'll die in one hit. Yep. And the good thing is, eventually you do get a heal spell. Let's see my magic. Yeah, heal. And there's a couple other ones I can use in combat. I think one's just used for escaping. But let's see here. It'd be kind of cool if they gave you a Zelda-style map, though. Like Legend of Zelda had a map, like would show you the footsteps that you've taken in the dungeon, as well as the actual map per dungeon that you can find. That's all right. It's all part of the exploration. I'm not in a hurry. And the other thing I would say too is just stock up on items. Like the first time I was in this dungeon, I was at a lower level. And I think I brought 8 or maybe 6 of the standard health potion, whatever the one that costs 10 pesetas are. That was fine. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's right here. Bam! You got served. They should have a movie about a waiter and a caterer, like a whole like serving staff. It's called You Got Served. But they have like this really jerk master person they gotta work for. And at the end they turn the tables on, but then they go, "Sir, you got served." And that's Michael Caine actually. You got served. I'm Michael Caine, and I'd like to tell you how you got served. Wow, the vertical bars are not quite so even on this run. I don't think it's my television. These other games seem, for a CRTV, relatively aligned well. It's quite odd. Let's see. Movie, personal. Is personal any different than dynamic? Let's see. Well, I don't know. I guess I don't need to fiddle with this at the moment. Okay, go! Yeah, if anyone out there has ever played Captain America and the Avengers for the Super Nintendo, it is one of the most horribly programmed games. Like, literally, it goes, Captain America and the Avengers! The title screen, you're thinking, okay, this is pretty cool. The arcade game's good. Data East, alright, here we go. So, anyway, the long story short is, they'll say, okay, go! And the screen's black for the whole time. For the moment it says, okay, go! Black screen, still a black screen, and then boom, the game starts. You think, okay, that's ironic because he's saying, okay, go, and he is apparently quite slow, So, and that game's played bad for other reasons too. Like, once you hit the enemy, like, you hit them with a fist or throw something at them, whatever, it's quite normal in games. Like, when you get hit in a game, you have a temporary invincibility. Like, say Mega Man, you get shot, and I think it's like a certain, frame or frame and a half animation. You have a little flash over, like, you're taking damage, but you can't get hurt again until a certain period of time. A frame or so of animation. But in Captain America, the Avengers, every single enemy, when you hit them, they gain about, I'd say probably about 3 seconds full of the invincibility. So they're flashing with the invincibility frame for about 3 seconds after each hit. So it's pretty relentless. It's a horrible conversion. I say get the Sega Genesis version, and there's a Pyron collar patch for that, and it just makes it look even nicer. But that being said, let's get back to the game at hand. The game is afoot, young lad. The Rock is a tourist attraction. Let's see. I think I want to find some of the dead trees. Oh, those guys are easy. These are essentially the little Goombas of the game now that I'm at level 7. But even at level 3, they weren't terribly difficult. I just didn't really fight them much because they had, groups of 2 and double-digit health. Yeah, if you want to grind at the beginning of the game, grind against the scorpions. Here I am! Da-na-na-na-na. Grind against me for your betterment! Well, not so much. But anyway, fight the scorpions, save, go to the friend's house in the town, save, rinse, recycle, repeat, rinse, reuse, repeat, reduce, reuse, recycle. Scorpion is killed, but what about Sub-Zero? I didn't even see the fatality. I go up to turn down the fan, and the Scorpion's been killed. You get a good amount of gold from the Scorpion, actually, at the beginning. They're not too bad to farm for. Farm and grind. Grinding and farming all day. I need to find the dead trees, especially if you can find into groups of 2. You can rack up some pretty quick gold, or mesetas. Why can't they just call it money? Just call it dollars and have Robert De Niro's face on the actual bill, Huh. Let's see. Buy, chat. Yeah, I think buy would probably make me get the heck out of the fight. Please don't die in 5 seconds. Okay, they're not really tough. Yeah, I can probably take these losers. Yeah, especially if I keep dodging all their attacks. There we go. Might be a few heal spells here and there, but... Oh, they're dodging my attacks as well. Yeah, I should get the hell out of here. Alright, let's see. Alright, that's cool. She has an escape spell. That's the first time I've actually fought the tarantula. Typically I try to run from them, but I'm still not in their lead. Alright, that's cool though. Should we use another one? Yeah, it's alright. Hopefully I can find the dead trees. Dead trees, I usually find them like in here somewhere. Because you can fight 2. They get quite a bit of gold, or mesetas. I should just write all these verbs down. Or nouns, yeah. So you guys have learned the English language. Okay. I should write my name on a piece of paper with my address for emergencies in case I forget where I live. Let's see. Oh, that's right, the dead trees are more in the forest. I should go back to the forest. Go back to the forest. Yeah, definitely go to the forest. Yeah, go to the forest. Get some new underwear. Yeah, make by the tree nymphs. Go to the tree nymphs in the forest, get some underwear. Definitely gotta get some underwear in the forest. Yeah, definitely gotta go fight the scorpion. Gotta fight the scorpion. Charlie Babbitt's gonna fight the scorpion. Definitely gonna fight the scorpion. Charlie Babbitt's gonna definitely fight the scorpion. By the only video to ever include Phantasy Star and Rain Man references at the same time. I bet Charlie Babbitt would probably like. Charlie Babbitt's a Tom Cruise character, I believe. But I think Dustin Hoffman's character would probably like the Sega Master System. He'd probably groove out on RPGs, I think. Because kind of like the rules and the structure. Maybe you go, and the fire alarm went off, so I don't know, maybe you wouldn't like it. I'm now at level 8, 3 Receptas, alright. Trying to spin all in one place, huh? I can't find those trees, dead trees, man, because they get a lot better gold and Mesetas. They get better Meseta drop rate, and they also get better experience. Yeah, if I go 2-4, yeah, with some clear. Okay. If I go this way a little bit, let's see. Da-na, da-na, da-na. Rock you like a hurricane. Come on. Here I am. Da-na, da-na. Sorry, I think of the Scorpions when I see Scorpion. Except for when I think of the Spider-Man villain, I don't draw a connection to the band, the Scorpions. I guess it's the word Scorpion. If I read the word Scorpion, consciously think of the word Scorpion, I must think of rock and roll. Ergo, I think of the Scorpions. They are a wonderful band from Germany. They just want to play the guitars. And by the way, one of their founding members was Michael Schenker, or at least a well-known member. Because at one point in the UFO, but yeah, Michael Schenker's like one of the best guitarists of all time, so I guess you can't really rag on the Scorpions. You can have fun, though, of course. Here we go. Ooh, 3 experience points. Yeah, they're their color palette swap cousin. Yes, here we go, the dead tree. Yeah, these guys are much more efficient for grinding and farming. Ooh, exploded. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it doesn't give you much health, though. I can see why. Okay. It's so cheap. They're very cheap. I do not like it. I'm going to tell you one more time. Listen to me. You're going to buy the item. Why don't it works better? It's cheap. What are you doing? Stop it. Stop it. Listen to me. Listen to me. Come on. Knock it off. What are you doing? This is bullshit. I want to tell you. I want some answers. Listen to me very carefully. You play the RPG and you come in there and you play the game and you save the game and you make sure not to reset your console. You know the power fluctuates and the power goes out and you play your game for 6 hours. You have to make sure you save your game. You don't be a stupid boy. You have to do the thing the mom tells you, the controls and everything. You listen to your mother, otherwise she unplug your controller. Yeah, she beats you with a gun over the head and you'll be thinking to yourself, why did I do this? What was wrong with me? You should listen to your mother. There's nothing wrong with these children. You don't listen to their mother. When I listen to my mother, she tells me to listen to her. And I say, yes, mother, I'm listening to you. And go, I will listen to you. She's like, are you listening to me or you're not listening to me? I tell her, mother, you listen to me, I listen to you. You listen to me, listen to you. Listening to me, I listen to you. I need to find those dead trees. That's what it all boils down to. Finding the dead trees. Actually, at this point, I might as well. I could probably get one good battle out of it if I do find them. Oh, come on. Swarm sucks. Those are the little goombas of this game. Regardless of your level, the swarms are pretty wimpy. I want that freaking dead tree, man. Yes. Yes! Welcome to NBA Jam! Yes! How's Marv Albert do? Well, I don't want to know how he does anything, to be honest. He's like, yeah! I can't even do it. It's like a Vince McMahon, yes! And he goes, yes! And he goes, welcome to NBA Jam! It's the greatest thing of all time. Oh, come on, let's finish the one that has 3 HP. That's the one thing about Phantasy Star is you really can't select which target you're just hitting, and wherever you hit, you hit. So it'd be kind of nice if, for example, if you notice in the upper right-hand corner, the first HP has 3, the bottom one has 12. It's like, well, let's just finish the one that's almost dead. Nah, let's let him sit back and keep kicking us, you know, or spitting on us, or whatever he's doing. What other vile bodily function he's bestowing upon us. Okay. Dead tree is killed. 8 experience. That's actually pretty good for this point in the game anyway. 42 Meseta, that's pretty good at this point in the game. So let's see. Let's bunch of my crappy potions. Normally I would just use MP and heal, but since I really didn't plan on grinding or farming, I was just going to explore the dungeon and try to help that stone man. But I didn't have the correct item, or, yeah, basically. So, yeah, normally I wouldn't buy these Rio Gaiden or Ninja Gaiden or whatever the hell it's called. They're pretty crappy. Especially at an early point in the game, you can just get you get magic and you get a heal spell. And you get like 2 or 4 H or MP rather quickly. Well, within about 15-20 minutes of grinding, if you call that quickly or not. Depends on your definition of quickly. Alright, here we go. Get over here! Scorpion! Yeah, speaking of Scorpion, my favorite Mortal Kombat Scorpion reference or memory is the iconic movie Mortal Kombat 2 Annihilation, which I'm glad it wasn't called Mortal Kombat 2 Constipation. That's another story for another time. So regardless of Mortal Kombat 2 Annihilation, Scorpion makes his triumphant return after being killed in the first movie. He comes back and proceeds to trick Kung Lao, or no, it's Liu Kang and Sub-Zero, and he says, "Suckers!" as he kicks forward but is teleported backward at the same time, kidnapping Princess Kitana. So it's like, yeah. But then again, not much about Mortal Kombat really does make sense. A character named Kitana that never once even holds, uses, or has any reference to a katana blade, katana sword. So that's kind of an odd one in itself, you know, but I don't think Mortal Kombat was meant to be the Marvel Universe in terms of character building and storytelling. I mean, don't be wrong, Mortal Kombat does have really cool characters and cool looking characters and interesting characters, so they have a lot of good things going for it, but it's me in terms of trying to be something that's really believable. And well, I don't think it ever intended to be believable. I think it was just a bunch of guys who liked John Carpenter movies and Bruce Lee movies, and they made an arcade game, you know. Let's see. You're the wizard now, dog. Okay. You're the man now, dog. Load up on the streets. Don't you be getting jive with me, you turkey. I've got something to say about that. They should have John Wayne and Sean Connery in a movie together. That would have been pretty crazy. Well, let me tell you there, Mr. Fancy Britches. Oh, you wait a minute, I'll knock you on your ass. Well, you better hold on and wait there, Pilgrim. I've not time for this, you dirty old dog. I'll not be the one to call you a dog. Listen here, mister. Yeah, John Wayne's probably the best actor of all time. I'll show you that I have just a feigning interest in this topic, Pilgrim. Actually, he only says Pilgrim in one movie one time, but everybody just associates him the same. Pilgrim notoriously, regardless of the era or the genre. You know, you could do like a World War II movie. We're gonna go to the beaches of Normandy here, Pilgrim. That'd been pretty good. And Scorpion has been killed. Okay, I haven't really found many of the dead trees. Total bust, man. Total bust. Oh, not the swarm. These guys stink. The little Goombas of the Phantasy Star series, I would say. Owl Bear. I can take him. Boom. You got served. You've got served, dog. Yeah, not worth it, though. Okay. I want to grind for a bit more. Farm, rather. So I can get some really good armor next, I guess. Not that I supposedly needed it or whatever. Scorpion wins. Fatality. Friendship. Friendship. I think the best voice ever in a video game is the Sega Genesis version of Super Street Fighter 2, which I had a Super Nintendo. Well, my brother and I had it. I think we got it for Christmas in like 91 or 92. I can't remember what year, but we shortly thereafter got Mario Kart. So it's probably about the time of Mario Kart's launch without our Super Nintendo. But I think I was in 8th grade. My brother had $50 and I had $50. Basically, we went to Walmart and it's like, okay, we each buy a Super Nintendo or we get a Sega Genesis Model 2, which at that time we didn't know the names or whatever. But anyway, Sega Genesis, brand new in the box with 2 controllers, 2 games, and we were like, well, that's cool. And it had 6-button controllers, which that was kind of the big hubbub is Sega had to get 6-button controllers for Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter and blah blah blah. So they were like, okay, 6-button controllers, 2 of them, 2 games, let's do it. And the second, well, there's 2 games. The first game was Greatest Heavyweights of the Ring. Was it Greatest Heavyweights Boxing or Greatest Heavyweights of the Ring Boxing? I can't remember, but the girl said like Holyfield, it has Muhammad Ali. It's basically everybody but Tyson, you know, and we don't really need to go into that subject. But the long and short of it is, it's a really great game. And the second game was the Sega Wimbledon Tennis, which was actually, we never liked tennis. I never played tennis, never intended to play tennis or wanted to play tennis, desired to play tennis. That being said, the Wimbledon Tennis for the Sega Genesis is actually a really good, fun game, and it's well done. The physics in it, they had like different types of courts too. So like clay courts and all these things. We had no idea because we never had any interest in tennis, but that being said, it was a very well done, you know, tennis game, and it was very fun actually. You know, a handful of times we get down and play, but really, Greatest Heavyweights of the Ring Boxing was what it was all about. And that was our introduction to the Sega Genesis, and I think shortly thereafter, I'm trying to think of what games. Because I know at one point Walmart had just tons of Sega Genesis games in the bargain bin. I'm trying to think what year, maybe like 96 or 97. So maybe, yeah, I'm sure the Sega CD and the Virtua X had already been released, so I don't remember hearing about the Saturn at that point, but I guess if they were, you know, putting, like, I remember we got Kid Chameleon for like $5, we got Beavis and Butthead for $5. Beavis and Butthead is not a wonderful, great game, but it does capture a lot of the aspects of the television show or series, anyway, the series, depends on where you live. I guess if you're in Europe, you'd say series. If you're in the United States, you'd say show. But that being said, the Beavis and Butthead for the Genesis really gets kind of dumped on a bit harshly. I think it's much, much better than the Super Nintendo version. It's a totally different game. But the gameplay, level design, everything like that. I think the Sega Genesis game, it's more like, it's kind of like a scavenger hunt, basically, with, you know, it's basically a scavenger hunt where you have to like have platforming and action, and you have to like kind of be a little bit ingenuitive in terms of what you do and what you put where. You kind of have to think a little bit, kind of think in the character of Beavis and Butthead, like what would they do to resolve these situations, you know? So anyway, I you know, that being said, it's very difficult, and I can see why people don't like it, but I don't think it's a total dumpster fire or a dump truck. And then what else did we get? My brother and I our allowances and saved money. I have no magic. Got 2 Rio Guinea. I better get out of here. Yeah, Kid Chameleon's a really cool game too. That was kind of like the Sega's answer to Nintendo's Mario 3, or Super Mario Bros. 3 for that matter, in terms of just the sheer number of levels, warps, power-ups, differences within said power-ups, or between said power-ups rather. So yeah, that was a really cool game. My brother got really big into Revenge of Shinobi. But at some point we got the Sega 6-pack. Like, that was really a cool cartridge. And the Sega 6-pack, if you guys are international or whatever, don't know, Sega 6-pack had Sonic the Hedgehog 1, which that was cool. You know, by that point, my brother and I weren't really crazy about platformers. That being said, we did like 50 million. But that game, I think it has a password system, but we never wrote down a password. We'd just play for like 2 hours or 2.5 hours, get super far, and then like, you know, we'd like continue maybe once or nonce, you know. And yeah, but somebody like continue screaming like, I play forever, I don't want to write it down, password. And I think that thing was because we used to play River City Ransom so much on the NES, and those passwords are the most hellacious passwords in all of video games. Like River City Ransom's password system is so horrible. It has numbers, letters, uppercase, lowercase. It has like punctuation marks and like exclamation marks and like, you know, all that kind of stuff. It's like, oh my goodness. And it's